Hey everybody, I'm going to draw a Triceratops today. Got my pen, got my paper, let's do this. My paper is oriented landscape, sideways, because I have a four-footed friend here I'm going to draw. I like to think of these guys kind of like rhinoceroses, right? So I'm going to come down and do like the top of his head, and then a little nose horn. That little pointed kind of mouth thing they've got going here. There you go, that's the start of my Triceratops. This would be his lower jaw. And kind of like rhinoceroses, just a little bit of an eye. And now here's where it totally goes off the rails, right? You have to give them the Triceratops horn, which is kind of this weird banana-shaped horn that points down. And then right here, instead of following this line, it kind of goes up. And that's the bony frill at the back of their heads that kind of comes on down and then goes back in. So there's my Triceratops head. Now back to this body, I can kind of make his back going over here. And there's his little rump. I guess it's not little. Triceratops was a big dinosaur, right? So nothing about him is little. Coming down here to kind of a rounded, stocky foot. And so, now I've got that, I have to put his front leg in. So I'll just put a similar leg right here. At this point, I think I can kind of fit a belly in here. Maybe a chest. It's going to need a front leg. A second front leg there. And a second back leg over here. And now the tail. So the tail for these guys is just kind of stubby little pointed triangle thing. That's basically it for my Triceratops. I mean, it's definitely the Triceratops body I was going for. But what I'll do is I'll switch over now to my fine detail work. They have lots of texture, so there's lots of stuff you can add to these guys, like bony lumps on that frill. If you want, you can add those. Also, I see them a lot drawn on the internet and in science textbooks with kind of like ribs and grooves on that frill. Their toes, I mean, I don't think their toes are necessarily like this in actuality, but I like to just draw a couple toes, like elephants. They look like they should have elephant kind of toes, even though they're not pachyderms, they're not elephants, they're not rhinoceroses. I like to give them those toes. And of course, a little shading underneath to ground my Triceratops. Just scrubbing in a little bit of darkness right there. So there you go, there's your Triceratops. That wasn't too hard, right? Ooh, detail. Alright, thanks very much for drawing with me today. See you later.